Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is September 9th, 2023. It's on Saturday and sunny outside. How are you spending Saturday? Do you have a plan for today? Or are you going to do nothing and just to relax today? Or do you have a work or school today? It depends on your schedule. It hinges on your schedule. It is dependent on your schedule. It depends on your schedule. It's all up to your schedule. Yes. if it if it is sunny tomorrow, I will go swimming. If it is sunny tomorrow, I will go to the sea. If it is sunny tomorrow, I will go to the beach. I wish I could I wish I could teleport to the beautiful beach, maybe in Hawaii. I wish I could teleport to the beautiful beach in Hawaii. According to the weather forecast, it will be cloudy tomorrow. According to the weather forecast, it will be cloudy tomorrow. Will it be sunny or cloudy or rainy in your region tomorrow? Will it be sunny or cloudy or rainy tomorrow in your region? Considering the emerging cloud over there, it's going to be rain soon. It's going to rain soon. Given the clouds emerging from the sky, it's going to rain soon. It's better to take in the laundry immediately. Given the dark clouds emerging suddenly from the sky, it is going to rain soon. So it's better to take the laundry in, drying outside. As far as I see the dark clouds emerging from the sky, we're better off taking in the laundry immediately. Considering the dark clouds emerging from the sky suddenly, with I am better off taking the laundry in immediately. You'd be better off. You'd be better off taking the laundry in. You'd be better off taking in the laundry. You would be better off. You would be better off taking the laundry in. You'd be better off taking the laundry in. Considering the dark clouds appearing from the sky suddenly, you'd better off taking the laundry in. We'd better off taking the laundry in. Considering the dark clouds emerging suddenly from the sky, it is going to rain soon. It is going to rain soon. Given the dark clouds emerging from the sky suddenly, it is going to rain soon. It is going to rain instantly. It's going to rain immediately. It is going to rain in no time. It won't be long before it rains. 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 She said she was going to go on a diet, but she stopped after 3 days. She declared that she was going on a diet, but she stopped after 3 days. She declared that she was going to go on a diet, but she quit after 3 days. Everybody expected that the champion was going to beat the opponent, but on the contrary, the challenger won. Most of the audiences, fans, and other people predicted that the champion was going to win over the opponent, but it was overturned, upset. As usual, the student is going to be late for school. As usual, the student is going to be late for school. As usual, my friend is going to be late for the destination. It's okay, it's not a big deal, but being late for the destination all the time irritates me. As usual, and I'm sure my friend is going to be late for the destination. My friend, as usual, is going to be late for the destination we decided to meet at. I'm almost sure that the current CEO is going to resign from the position on behalf of the company to take responsibility for the corruption accidents. I'm certain that the current CEO, Chief Executive Officer of the company, is going to resign from the position on behalf of the company to assume responsibility for the incidents. The current CEO of the company is going to resign from the position as CEO on behalf of the company and to assume responsibility for the disasters. I was given a pile of tasks which I am not going to be able to deal with in a week. Whenever I look back, whenever I recall the heap of tasks on my desk which I am not going to be able to deal with by the end of the month, I get depressed. I still have a lot of work on my desk which I am not going to be able to deal with in a week. The employee is going to have a paid leave on Friday to have 3 consecutive holidays: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Considering the dark clouds emerging from the sky suddenly, it is going to rain soon. It is going to rain soon. Given the dark clouds emerging from the sky suddenly, it is going to rain soon. It is going to rain soon. It is going to rain soon. I am going to restrict what I eat from now on. I am going to restrict what I intake for my health from now on. I am going to limit what I eat for my health from now on. How many times did you declare that you were going to eat only healthy food and failed? How many times did you declare that you were going to intake only healthy food and drinks and failed? The leaves are about to turn red. The leaves about to turn red. The leaves are about to be red. Yellow. The leaves are about to be red. The leaves are about to be red. The cherry trees are about to bloom. The flowers of the cherry blossom trees are about to bloom. The flowers of the trees are about to bloom. I was about to go to bed when I got an emergency call. I was about to fall asleep when I got an emergency call. I was about to get out when the torrential rain started. I was about to go out when the torrential rain started. I was making the order of the product when I realized that I had one. I was about to make the purchase of the product which I had had. I was about to make the purchase of the product when I realized that I had one. That I had one at home. I was about to make the purchase of the product when I realized that I had one. That I had one. When I realized that I had one. I was about to make the purchase of the product when I realized that I had one. When I realized that I had one at home. I was about to lose hope, and the examination announcement date approached. I was about to lose hope as the date for the result announcement approached. I was about to lose hope when I got lots of encouraging messages. I was about to lose conscious. I was about to lose hope for passing the examination when I got plenty of encouraging messages from my friends, and so on. I am not about to sell the watch. It's a relic from my relatives, cousin. I am not about to release my belongings. I am not about to sell my watch. 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 Some people are not about to study at all. The landowner is not about to sell the land for the construction of the expressway. The landowner is not about to sell the land for the construction of the expressway. The landowner would not sell the land for the construction of the expressway. I am not about to give up. I am not about to give up. We are not about to give up on the project until we achieve the goal. I am not about to give up. I am not about to give in. I am not about to give in to the criticisms. I stuck with my policy. I stuck to my policy. I'm stick to my policy. I'm adhere to my policy. I stand up for my policy. I am not about to change my mind. 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 I am not about to give up. I am not about to give up. I am not about to give up. I'm 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 not about to give in. I'm not about to give in to the criticisms. I'm not about to give in to the criticisms. I'm not about to give in to the criticisms. I'm not about to give in the criticisms. I'm not about to give in to the criticisms. I'm not about to give in the criticisms. I am not about to give in to the criticisms. I am not about to give up on my dreams. I am not about to give up on my dreams. I am not about to give up on my dreams. I am not about to give up on my dreams. I am not about to give up on my dreams. I am not about to give up on my dreams. I am not about to give up on my dreams. I am not about to give up on my dreams. I am not about to sell my guitars. I am not about to sell my guitars. I am not about to sell my collections. I am not about to sell my collections of the trading cards. I am not about to sell my video games, which I collected for over many years. I am not about to sell my collections. I am not about to sell my collections of video games, which I have collected for over many years. I am not about to sell my video games, which I have collected over a decade. This time tomorrow I will be cleaning. This time tomorrow I will be cleaning. This time tomorrow I will be studying English as usual. This time tomorrow I will be studying English as usual. This time tomorrow I will be delivering a speech and getting so nervous in front of the people. This time tomorrow I will be having a very important meeting with executives, with which my promotion might be decided. I hope I will having a better life next year, around this time next year. I hope I will having a better weekends next week. I hope I will have a better weekends next week. I will be enjoying holiday next week. I will be enjoying my day offs next week. I will having a better life next week. I will enjoying sightseeing next week. I will be killing time in the plane this time next Sunday. I will be sleeping or playing a game on board this time next Monday. I will be killing time or sleeping on board the plane this time next Monday. I will be playing a game, or I will be listening to music. I will be listening to music on board the plane this time next Monday. The plane will be leaving the airport in 5 minutes. The boarding gate will be closing in 5 minutes. The boarding gate will be closing in 5 minutes. So please be in hurry. Please hurry up. The store will be closing in 10 minutes. It has been announced. The store will be closing in 10 minutes, which has been just announced. The store will be closing. The store will be closing in 10 minutes. We will be arriving at the international airport in 30 minutes. We will be landing at the international airport soon, so please be prepared. We will be soon arriving at the destination. We will be arriving at most popular tourist destination soon. We will be arriving at the tourist spot, which has been rated the best in the website. We will be arriving at the tourist spot which has been for a long time rated, evaluated, valued as number 1 in the website. So I'm sure you are excited at visiting the site. The show will be starting in 5 minutes on schedule. The show will be starting in 5 minutes as the schedule. On schedule. Unless otherwise notified. The store will be closing soon. Which has been announced by the mic. The store will be closing soon, which has been announced by the mic. Now that I have been released from the hospital, I can stay at home. Now that I have been released from the hospital, I can stay at home. I surely did put the documents in my folder. I did put the documents in my folder. I did put the documents in my folder. File. I did put the folder. I did put the documents in my file. Clear file. Oh, I've just finished my lunch, but I still can't eat. So let's go for lunch. Oh, but I've just finished lunch, but I still can't eat. So let's go to a restaurant. The train has left. The train has just departed. The train has departed. The train has just departed. The train has just gone. I've just finished my work. I've just finished my work. I have just finished my work. I have just finished checking the data. I will let you go as long as you have finished your homework by noon. I will let you go out as long as you have finished your homework by noon. I will set up the table as long as the shipment has arrived by 7 o'clock p.m. Otherwise, I will do that tomorrow. I will get tired. Surely you have accomplished many feats. Many feats. Surely you have accomplished many feats ever. Surely, 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 surely. I surely admit you have accomplished many feats ever. I surely admit that you have achieved many feats ever. Surely, 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 surely. Surely, 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 surely. I did put the documents in my file, but I cannot find it. Someone must have stolen it. I did put the documents in my file before I left my house. I surely put the documents in my file and put the file into my bag before I left my house. But I cannot find it. It's strange, isn't it? I surely did put documents in the file, and I put the file into my bag. The plane has just arrived. The plane has arrived. So it will take time for the until we can board. There are some procedures before we board, such as cleaning, filling the fuel, and so on. Surely. Surely you have achieved the goal. 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 You have accomplished the goal. Surely the food fighter has eaten all of the menu served by the chef. Everybody was taken by surprise. Surely the food fighter has ate all of the menu served by the chef. Everybody was surprised at it. Surely the food fighter has eaten all of the menu within the limited time, which took everybody by surprise. Which took everybody by surprise. Have you ever climbed Mount Fuji? I want you to see the breathtaking view from the summit of the Mount Fuji. Yes, I have climbed Mount Fuji once with the wooden stick, which made it easier to climb, especially the steep one, steep slope. The couple has been married has been married for more than 60 years. The old couple has lived together for more than 60 years. The old couple has lived together in the same house for more than 60 years. I have been studying English for more than 10 years. The CEO of the company has engaged in the position for more than 5 years. The entity has been engaged in the project for more than 20 years. The entity has engaged in the search for UFO for more than 10 years. The entity has engaged in the search for UFO, unidentified flying object, for more than 20 years. The entity has focused on the search for unidentified flying objects. The post office has existed there for more than 50 years. The junior high school had existed more than 50 years when it was demolished. It was reconstructed. The venerable junior high school has existed there for more than 70 years. The time-honored and venerable high school has existed there for more than 70 years. The venerable temple has existed there since Edo period through many reconstruction. The venerable temple has existed there since Edo era through reconstruction. What do you think of the higher tax? Higher tax. What do you think of the higher tax? Do you want the government to deal with the higher tax? What do you think of the higher tax? Is it affecting your life, or are you rich enough not to care about the higher tax? I wish I were rich enough not to care the higher tax. But the higher tax and other miscellaneous expenses are having an effect on me seriously. Higher tax as well as other miscellaneous expenses are having a serious effect on me. Miscellaneous expenses as well as higher taxes are having a serious effect on me. The higher gas price has been an effect on me, has been an effect on me as well as you. The increased boosted gas price has been an effect on me. The boosted gas price, as well as other miscellaneous expenses, are having an effect on me. The increase in many products are having an effect on me. The boost in many products are having an effect on me. The boost in many prices of products are having an effect on me. The increase in the prices of the commodity are having an effect on me. The increase in the prices of the commodity are having an effect on me. The higher tax will have an effect on many people as well as me. The introduced species can having a serious effect on the ecosystem. The introduced species can have an effect on the ecosystem. The introduced species can destroy the ecosystem. In 2 hours, I will be having a lunch with my friends. In 2 years, I will be having a lunch with my friends. In 2 hours, I will be having a lunch with my friends. I will be having a lunch with my friends in 2 hours. I will be having lunch with my friends in 2 hours. Just a minute. Just a minute. 1 second. Wait a minute, please. I'm getting ready. Sorry for the inconvenience, but I will finish it in 3 minutes. Just a minute. 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 Hold on. Hold on. I saw a refugee holding onto the rope. I watched a refugee holding onto the rope, extending from the helicopter for the rescue. I really liked my friend holding onto my clothes in the haunted house for fear of it. I really liked my friend holding onto my clothes for fear of the ghost approaching. Let me see if the room with the flat seat is available. Let me see if the flat seat room is available. Let me see if the flat seat room is available. Have you ever visited Net Cafe? Have you ever visited Net Cafe where you can use the internet with free drinks? Maybe perhaps the free soft cream. It depends on which Net Cafe you go to. Just a minute. I'll see if the flat seat room is available. Let me see if the flat seat room is available. I'll see if the flat seat room is available. Unfortunately, all of the flat seat rooms are occupied. And if you can wait for 30 minutes, it will be open. It will be available in 30 minutes. For the moment, at the moment, all of the flat seat rooms are occupied. Please make sure that there are no obstacles on the route before the workers come in. The workers will come in tomorrow to check our air conditioners and other machines working correctly. The workers are scheduled to come tomorrow to check some devices to see if they are working correctly. Some engineers are scheduled to come in this factory to see if the devices are working correctly. So please make certain that there are no obstacles on the route and around the devices. The executives stop by our branch office to see if the duties are conducted as far as they directed. The executives sometimes stop by our branch office to see if the duties are correctly conducted as they directed. The executives sometimes drop in at our branch office suddenly to see if the duties are conducted correctly as they commanded. The executive members sometimes drop in at our branch office to see if the work duties are conducted correctly as they directed. Executive members sometimes stop by our branch office to see if the duties are correctly done as they directed. The chef ate a small amount of rice to see if it is heated well. The chef drank a bit of the soup to see if the taste was correct. Tasty, delicious. The chef drank a touch of the soup to see if the taste was okay. The chef checked the taste. The chef drank a drop of the soup to see if the taste was okay. The chef drank the soup a little bit to see if the taste was okay. The chef drank a touch of the soup to see if the taste was okay. After typhoon passed, I went out to see if the object put outside had not been blown away. After typhoon passed, I went outside to see if the object put outside was blown away or not. After the typhoon passed, I went outside to see if my house got damaged. After the typhoon passed, I went out to see if the object left outside were okay. I went to the court of the university to see if there was no change in the schedule. I went to the court where information is announced to see if there was no change in my schedule, in my class schedule. I went to the court where the information was usually announced to see if there was no change in my class schedule. I went to the court where the announcement was usually announced, the information change or something like that was announced to see if there was no change in my class schedule. I went to the court where information was announced to see if there was no change in my class schedule. I cannot believe it's already 5 years since I went to London. I cannot believe it's already 5 years since I went to Hawaii. I cannot believe it has been already 5 years since I went to Hawaii. It's been 5 years since I went to Hawaii. It is 5 years since I went to Hawaii. It is 5 years since I went to Hawaii. It has been 5 years since I went to London. I cannot believe it is already 5 years since I went to Hawaii. I cannot believe that it has been already 5 years since I went to Hawaii. I cannot believe it has been already 10 years since I graduated from the university. I cannot believe it has been already 10 years since I graduated from university. It's like, yes, last year. It's still like last year. It was still like last year. I cannot believe it's already been 5 years since I left the company. I cannot believe it is already 5 years since I graduated from the university. It is 5 years since I went to London. It is 5 years since I went to London. It is 3 years since I went to London. It has been 5 years since I went to Hawaii. It is it is 5 years since I went to Hawaii. It is 5 years since I went to Hawaii. It has been 5 years. It has been 5 years since I went to Hawaii. 5 years have passed since I went to Hawaii. 5 years have passed since I went to Hawaii. 5 years have passed since I went to Hawaii. 5 years have passed since I went to Hawaii. 5 years have passed since I went to Hawaii. 5 years has already passed since the new video game was released. Some years have already passed since I got more than 900 on the TOEIC score. Some years have already passed since I got 920. Some years have already passed since I got 920 on TOEIC test. In case I get lost when I'm traveling, especially in a foreign country, I check the route very carefully with Google Maps before I depart. I usually check the route over and over again so that I won't be lost, so that I won't get lost. Whenever I go on a foreign trip, I check the route from the airport to the hotel over and over again with utmost care in order that I won't be lost. In order that I won't be lost. In case I get lost. In case I should get lost. For fear that I should get lost. Lest I should get lost. And since I don't want to get lost, I check the route from the airport to the hotel. Time and time again. Time and time again. Time and time again. Over and over again. Whenever I go on a trip to a foreign country, I check the route from the airport to the hotel. Time and time again, over and over again with utmost care. For fear that I should get lost. Lest I should get lost. In case I should get lost. I don't want to get lost. I don't want to get lost. When it comes to sightseeing domestically, I sometimes like losing my way. I sometimes like getting lost because I can find some shops along the way. At first, I was afraid of being lost, but as long as the trip inside Japan, I sometimes like losing my way because I can find some rare shops. If I hadn't been lost, I could have found some rare shops. If I had not been lost, I could not have found some shops. If I had not been lost, I could not have found those shops. If I had not been lost, I could not have found such shops. If I had not been lost, if I had not got lost, I could not have found such shops. And since I don't wanna get lost, I don't want to lose my way. I don't want to be lost during my trip in a foreign country. I check the route from the airport to the hotel over and over again, time and time again, with utmost care. I check the route from the airport to the hotel, and I also check the information around the hotel before I depart, in case I should get lost. For fear that I should get lost, lest I should get lost. Don't get lost. Don't be lost. I used to be afraid of being lost, even in Japan. But getting lost is sometimes exciting for me because I can find some rare shops along the way. Getting lost is one of the attractions for me now. I only in Japan. Being lost in a foreign country would be scary for me. Getting lost in Japan for me can be exciting because I can find rare shops. Don't get lost. Don't be lost. I don't want to get 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 lost. I don't want to be lost. I was scared of being lost when I was traveling. I used to be scared of getting lost. I used to be scared of being lost when I was traveling. But as long as it is in Japan, I now like to be lost because I can find rare shops or I can find some things on the way. But if I am in a hurry, I don't want to get lost. If I am in a hurry, I don't want to get lost. I don't want to be lost. Excuse me, I'm looking for the bus heading for Narita Airport. Excuse me, I'm searching for a bus heading for Kinkakuji Temple. Excuse me, I'm looking for the bus heading for Kinkakuji Temple. Excuse me, is this train heading for Osaka Station? Excuse me, is this train heading for Kyoto Station? Excuse me, is this train heading for Kawaramachi Station? Yes, it is. Yes, it is heading in the right direction. Now, which direction is the bus heading? Excuse me, which direction the bus is heading, north or south? It is heading in the north direction. Excuse me, which direction this bus is heading? North or west? Or south? Or east? It is heading in the east direction. The train line extends in the east and west direction. The Tozai line extends in the east and west direction. The Tozai line extends the Tozai line of the train. The Tozai line of the train extends in the east and west direction. The Tozai line of the train extends from east to west in the east-west direction. The Tozai line of the train extends in the east and west direction. I think we are heading in the wrong direction. I think we followed in the wrong direction. I think we are going in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, we are going in the wrong direction. Damn. Do you often use this phrase, this word, damn? When do you use this word, damn? When you get lost? When you are irritated? Damn. I made the same mistake. Damn. I hate myself keeping making the same mistake. Damn. I hate myself making the same mistake. Damn. I hate myself making the same mistake. I hate myself making the same mistakes. Damn. Put it over. The police officer put the driver over. Could you put over? Could you put the car over? Could you put over? Could you put it over? I feel like vomiting. I feel like throwing up. My senior coworker told me to put over because he was so drunk. Put it over. May I put it over to check to see if the documents are in my file stocked in the trunk? May I put over to see if there is important document in the file put in the trunk? May I put my car over? Put over. May I put over to see if the important document is in the file in the truck? May I put over to see if the important document is in the bag? May I put over to see if the important document in the file stored in the trunk? May I put over because it is not locked enough in the trunk? May I put over since one of the doors is not locked enough correctly because it is notifying me with the sound? May I put over because one of the doors is not locked correctly. It is announcing me with a sound. It is notifying me with a sound. May I put over to see if the important document is in the file stored in the trunk? May I put over to check my examination result? I cannot help checking it now. The police officer told me to put over. The police officer commanded me to put over. The police officer commanded to put it over. The speeding car was put over by the police officers. The speeding car was pulled over by police officer. The speeding car was pulled over by a police officer hiding in the brush, in the bush. The speeding car was pulled over by a police officer. The police officer pulled over the speeding car. The speeding car was stopped by. The speeding car was pulled over, pulled in, taken in, pulled up. The speeding car was pulled over by a police officer. The police officer pulled over the speeding car. The police officer pulled over the speeding car. The police officer pulled over the speeding car. The police officer, the police car driving in front, behind the speeding car, told the driver to pull it over. The disguised police car driving behind the speeding car told the driver to pull it over for speeding. The disguised police car driving behind the speeding car commanded the driver to pull it over. The disguised police car driving behind the speeding car commanded the driver to pull it over. The speeding car was pulled over by the police officer. The speeding car was pulled over by a police officer. The police officer stopped the speeding car, pulled over the speeding car, pulled up the speeding car, pulled up the speeding car. Excuse me, may I pull over? I'm feeling sick. When I got the emergency call, I pulled over. When the driver got the emergency call, he pulled over. He pulled over his car. The speeding car was pulled over by a police officer. A police officer pulled over the speeding car. The police officer pulled over the car. The police officer pulled over the car. The police officer pulled over the speeding car. The speeding car was pulled over by a police officer. The speeding car was pulled over by a police officer. The speeding car was pulled over by a police officer. The police officer pulled over a speeding car. The police officer pulled over a speeding car. Is it possible to get rid of the rust on the guitar? If I polish the rusty iron of the guitar, is it shining? Will it be shining? If I polish the iron with the medical compound, will it be shiny as new? As shiny as new. Will I polish the iron with the chemical compound? Will it be as shiny as new? If I polish the rust of the iron with the special chemical compound, will it be as shiny as the new? I think no. It's too rusty to remove the rust. It's too rusty to fix. It's better to buy a new one. If I polish the rusty iron with the special chemical compound, will it be as shiny as the new? Will it be as shiny as new? Rusty, rusty, rust. If I polish the rusty coin with the special chemical compound, will it be as shiny as new? I don't know. I'm not an expert, but try. I watched a coin polished by special chemical compound, turning it to as shiny as new. I watched a coin polished by a special chemical compound, turning it to a very shiny one. I watched a YouTube video in which the very rusty coin was polished with a special chemical compound, turning it to be as shiny as new. I watched a YouTube video in which a very rusty coin was polished with a special chemical compound, and turned it into a very shiny one. I watched a YouTube video in which a very rusty coin was polished with a special chemical compound and other tools, turning it into very shiny one. I watched a YouTube video where a very rusty coin was polished with some tools, turning it into a very shiny one. Rusty. If the machine does not have regular proper maintenance, it will break down soon. If the machine does not get regular maintenance from an engineer, it will break down soon. After the typhoon, the debris were obstructing the road. After the typhoon, many debris were obstructing the road. After the typhoon, many debris were obstructing the commuters from commuting. After the typhoon, the debris on the road were obstructing the pedestrians, commuters. After the typhoon passed, the debris on the road, walkway, and other places were obstructing from the pedestrians, commuters from passing. After the typhoon passed, the debris left on the road were obstructing the pedestrians and car drivers from passing. After the typhoon passed, the debris on the road and walkways were obstructing the pedestrians and car drivers from passing. After the typhoon passed, the debris left on the road, walkways, and other places were obstructing the car drivers, pedestrians from passing. Although the car navigation told me to turn right at the intersection, but I failed because I failed to move to the right lane because of congestion. Although the car navigation told me to turn right at the intersection, I failed to turn to right because I failed to move to the right lane because I failed to go to the right lane. Although the car navigation told me to turn right at the intersection, but I failed because I failed to go to the right lane. Although the car navigation told me to turn right at the intersection, I failed because I failed to move to the right lane beforehand. Intersection, interstate, road, avenue, street, road. Intersection. I was surprised at the sophistication of the microscope. I could see many fine scratches on the surface of the product. I could see many fine scratches through the microscope. I could see many fine cracks through the microscope. How can I come not to care fine things as you? I am inclined to care fine things, subtle things, trivial things. How can I be the person who doesn't care fine things? How can I not to care fine things? How can I not to care fine things, subtle things, trivial things? How can I try not to care about fine things? Fine, minute things, fine things, fine particles, minute particles. You can see minute, fine objects through the microscope. I was surprised at the sophistication of the microscope. I could see such a minute particle, such a fine particle through it, which I couldn't see with naked eyes. Is it better to buy a new one than to have it fixed, have the dents fixed? Is it possible to fix the dents, or is it better to buy a new one? Is it possible for me to fix the dents myself, or is it better to buy a new one? Do you think the dent will come back to the normal position by pouring hot water on it? Do you think the dent will come back to the normal position, the previous normal position, by pouring hot water on it? Do you think the dent will come back to the normal original position by pouring hot water on it? I don't know. Only you have the right. Do you think if I polish the rusty iron, will it be as shiny as the new? Do you think it is better to buy a new one than have it fixed? Do you think it is better to get a new one than having it repaired? If the price for the repair is expensive beyond my expectation, I will be a new one. It is no use persuading her to stop singing. It's no good persuading her to stop singing. You cannot help it. She cannot be helped. It is no use convincing her to stop singing. It is no use persuading her to stop singing. It is no good convincing her to stop singing. It is no use persuading her to stop singing. It is no good persuading her to stop singing. There is no point in persuading her to stop singing. There is no good in persuading her to stop singing. There is no sense in persuading her to stop singing. There is no use in persuading her to stop singing. It is no use in advising him to stop drinking alcohol. There is no point in advising him to stop drinking alcoholic beverages too much. There is no sense in advising him to stop drinking alcoholic beverages too much. There is no use in persuading her to stop singing. There is no use in persuading her to stop singing. There is no use in confronting the nature. There is no point in confronting the power of the nature. It is no use in confronting the power of the nature. There is no sense in confronting the power of the nature. It is no use persuading her to stop singing. It is no good persuading her to stop singing. It is no use studying that only the day before the examination. It is no good studying only the day before the examination. It is no use studying only the day before the examination. It is no good studying only the day before the examination. It is no use confronting the power of nature. It is no good. It is no good confronting the power of nature. It is no use hitting the desk. It is no good hitting the desk. Nothing will change. It is no use frowning at him. It is no good frowning at him. Nothing will change. It is no use reporting to the police. It is no use apologizing to him. It's beyond the thing being allowed by apologies. It is no good apologizing to him. It's beyond the apology. Court battle will be expected. It is no use trying to make up a fake story. It is no good trying to fabricate a fake story. It is no use trying to make up an excuse. It is no good trying to make up an excuse. There is no point in trying to make up a fake up story. And there is no use in trying to fabricate an excuse. There is no sense in trying to make up an excuse. It is no use studying only the day before the examination. It's no good studying only the day before the examination. It is no good persuading her to stop singing. It is no use persuading her to stop singing. It's no good persuading her to stop singing. It's no good advising him to stop sleeping during the class. It's no good persuading him to stop sleeping during the class. It is no good advising some people to do what not to do. They don't have the ears to listen to others. It is no use advising some people to do what not to do because they don't have the ears to listen to others. There's no use in persuading her to stop singing. There's no point in persuading her to stop singing. There's no sense in persuading her to stop singing. There is no use in warning him to stop drinking alcoholic beverages. There's no point in persuading him to stop drinking alcoholic beverages. There's no sense in persuading him to stop smoking a cigarette. Dent. Can I fix the dents on the surface of the body on my own? If I pour hot water on it, will the dent be back to the normal position? Do you think the dent will come back to the original position if I pour hot water on it? Dent. The dent must have been created by the messenger. because I bought a new one. Or the dent was created during the production assembly. The dent must have been created by either the messenger during the shipment or in the process of production. The dents of the product must have been created by either the messenger during the shipment or during the process of the production. Dent, 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 dent. Since I don't want to get into the traffic jam, I usually leave my house 1 hour earlier than usual, earlier than rush hour. Whenever I am stuck in the traffic jam, I take a detour where only the locals know. The tire was stuck in the hole in the mud, and we called the rescuers to help us. 2 of the tires were stuck in the mud due to the heavy rain in the desert. So on the second hand, we called the rescuers to help us. Our life may be a series of getting into troubles. A series of getting into troubles. This is life, I think. Life is a kind of a series of being stuck in problems from time to time. Occasionally, on occasion, sometimes. We will get stuck in predicaments from time to time. We will be faced with difficulties. We will be confronted with difficulties from time to time. This is life. We will be stuck in a trouble. We will get stuck in a problem, predicament, hindrance, chaos, mayhem. Someday, at some point in our life, this is life. We will get stuck in something in the course of our life, in the process of our life. We will get stuck in some problems, predicaments, hindrances, obstacles, in the course of our life, in the process of our life. We will get stuck in some predicaments in the course of our life, in the process of our life. We will get stuck in problems, troubles, predicaments, hindrances, mayhem, chaos, in the process of our life, in the course of our life. I usually skip visiting tourist spot on weekend or peak seasons because I don't wanna be stuck in the congestion. I don't wanna get stuck in the congestion. For fear that I get stuck in the congestion, I usually skip visiting tourist spots on weekends or peak seasons, national holidays, and so on. Lest I should get stuck in the congestion, I usually skip visiting tourist spots on holidays. In order to avoid the congestion, I left my guest house at 6 o'clock a.m. to enjoy the calm atmosphere of the temple and surroundings. Unfortunately, one of the tires of my car was stuck in the hole of the road, which made it flat. So I called the car repair shop to bring the repair tire to the place. Fortunately, it was not so far from the car repair shop. Are you stuck in a trouble? Whenever I get stuck in a trouble, I call you. Whenever you get stuck in a trouble, who do you call? Who will you call? Who will you turn to? Who will you turn to? Who will you rely on? Who will you turn to? Whenever you are stuck in a trouble, who will you get in touch with? Who will you get contact with? Who will you turn to? Who will you turn to? Who will you rely on? Who will you turn to? Who will you count on? We will be stuck in troubles in the course of our life. This is life. We will be confronted with troubles. We will be faced with troubles in our life, in the course of our life, at some point in our life. We will get stuck in a problem at some point in our life. We will be stuck in troubles at some point in our life. We will get stuck. We will get stuck in the trouble in the course of our life at some point in our life. At some point in our life. We will be stuck in the trouble at some point in our life. The heavy rain in the desert made many commuters stranded, get stuck. The sudden torrential rain, which caused the flood, made many commuters stranded and stuck. Whenever I get stuck in troubles, I try to calm down. I try to chill out. Chill out. What's the yelling for? Chill out. Chill out. Whenever I am stuck in trouble, I try to calm down first. Maybe chilling out will come first when at the first place. In the first place, calming down will come first. Chill out. 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 The first thing we should do is to chill out. Chill out. The first thing we should do when an accident happens to chill out. The first thing we should do when the accident happens is maybe to chill out, calm down, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out. The first thing we should do when an accident happens maybe is to chill out. The first thing we should do is maybe to chill out when an accident happens. The first thing we should do and try to do is maybe to chill out when an accident happens. First, we should chill out. In the first place, we should chill out, calm down. Can you keep chilling out when you hit the rotary? Can you keep the moderate temper even after you hit the rotary? Chill out, 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 chill out. Calm down. Chill out. Chill out. I used to take a shortcut in order to make the distance from my house to the school as shorter as possible. Yeah. I would often take the shortcut. On my way from to school in order to save my energy, because commuting from to school on foot was itself tiring. So it was like risky. Even during the winter and snow, I had to walk to school on foot. So I would often take a shortcut in order to save my energy, in order to make the distance between my house and school as shorter as possible. Yes. let's take a shortcut. Let's take a shortcut. Okay, as the local spirit, we should take a shortcut. As the local spirit, we should take a shortcut. I'd like to take a shortcut, but I don't know the route. It's worse to be lost by taking a shortcut and be late for the destination. I'd like to take a shortcut, but I don't know the exact route I can take. And it is worse if we are late for the destination and being lost. I'd like to take a shortcut. I'd like to take a shortcut, but I don't know the exact route I should take. And it is worse to be lost, to get lost on the way and ending up being late for the destination. I'd like to take a shortcut, but I don't know the exact route I should take. And it is, besides that, it's worse if we are lost and end up being late for the destination. Have you got a flat tire? No. Have you got a flat tire? No. But so I don't know what I should do if I get a flat tire. I haven't got a flat tire. I haven't got a flat tire ever, so I don't know. I don't know exactly. I exactly don't know what should do. What I should do when I get a flat tire. Have you got a flat tire? Have you got a flat tire? No, I haven't got a flat tire. No, I haven't got a flat tire. No, I haven't got a flat tire. Have you got a flat tire? No, I haven't got a flat tire. No, I haven't got a flat tire. Have you got a flat tire? No, I haven't got a flat tire. Have you got a flat tire? No, I haven't got a flat tire. Imagine you get a flat tire in the middle of the mountain. It's worse. Imagine you get a flat tire in the middle of the mountain alone while you are driving alone. It's worse, right? Yes, I even don't want to imagine my car. I will get a flat tire when I'm driving alone in the middle of the mountain. Thank you for giving me a hand. Thank you for lending me a hand. Thank you for giving me a hand. Thank you for lending me a hand. 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 Thank you for lending me a hand. Nobody extended a helping hand to me. Nobody extended a helping hand to me. Nobody will lend me a hand. Nobody lent me a hand. Nobody lent me a hand at that time. I was obliged to solve all of the problems on my own. I was compelled to solve all of the problems by myself. I was forced to solve all of the problems by myself, which made me what I am now. Could you give me a hand? Could you give me a hand? Could you give me a hand? Could you lend me a hand? I was wondering if you could lend me a hand. I was wondering if you could give me a hand. I was wondering if you could move to the next room. I was wondering if you could move over there. Could you give me a hand? I was wondering if you could give me a hand. I was wondering if you could lend me a hand. I was wondering if you could lend me a hand. I was wondering if you could lend me a hand. I was wondering if you lend me a hand. I was wondering if you could lend me a hand. I'd be glad to. I'd be glad to. I'm pleased to. I'd be happy to. I'd be glad to. I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to. I'd be pleased to. I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to. I'd be pleased to. I'd be glad to. I'd be glad to. I'd be happy to. I'd be glad 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 to. What do you say to going to karaoke tonight? I'd be glad to. What do you say to going to karaoke tonight? I'd be glad to. What do you say to going to karaoke on Friday's night? I'd be glad to. I'd be glad to. I'd be glad to. I'd be glad to. What do you say to going to karaoke together tonight on Friday's night? I'd be glad to. 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 Could you help me set up the tables? I'd be glad to. Would you mind helping me set up the tables? I'd be glad to. I'd be glad to. I'd be glad to. Would you mind going to the department to pick up the documents? I'd be glad to. Would you mind going to the department, sales department to make the purchase? I'd be glad to. Would you mind going downstairs to pick up the shipment? I'd be glad to. Would you mind going downstairs to pick up the shipments? I'd be glad to. Some people suddenly go crazy. Some people suddenly go angry. Some people suddenly go angry. Some people suddenly go angry. Dogs sometimes dogs can go barking suddenly. Dogs can burst into barkings. Some dogs can burst out barking. Some dogs, or all of the dogs, can burst out barking suddenly. Dogs can burst into barks. I was educated to make the space when I see ambulances. I was educated to make space for the ambulance when I come across it, when I run into it. I was educated to make space for the ambulance if I come across it, if I run into it. I bought a new keyboard and mouse because they went out of control suddenly. They were about 7 years old, so it's okay, which lasted for 7 years, which was value for money. Once he drinks alcoholic beverages, he tends to be out of control. So please be careful. So many people don't want to go for a drink with him. Some people go out of control once they drink alcoholic beverages. Some people go out of control. Some people go out of control once they drink alcoholic beverages. Whenever he drinks alcoholic beverages, he tends to become out of control. So nobody wants to go for a drink with him. The employee goes out of control once he drinks alcoholic beverages. So nobody wants to go for a drink with him. So it's a sort of miracle that he didn't get into trouble with somebody else. So it's a kind of miracle that he hasn't got into trouble ever. Whenever he drinks alcoholic beverages, he soon, instantly, in no time, becomes out of control. Our boss came close to getting angry as soon as he heard the news. I came close to vomiting when I got off the ferry. I came close to throwing up when I got off the ferry. I was about to vomit. I was about to throw up when I got off the ferry. But fortunately I didn't. I withstood. I endured. I put up with it. I bared. I coming close to vomiting when I got off the ferry. When I got off the ferry, I was about to vomit. I was about to throw up. I came close to vomiting up. Vomiting. Throw up. I came close to I came close to forgetting the important documents when I left my house. When I left. I came close to throwing up when I got off the ferry. I came close to throwing up when I got off the ferry, but I endured. I endured. I withstood. I bared. I put up with it. I came close to running over an obstacle left on the road. The car came close to running over an obstacle on the road. The car came close to running over a pet bottle left on the road. The car came close to running over the can left on the road. The car came close to running over the can left on the road, which was very risky, scary, not good. The car came close to hitting the wild deer on the road. The car came close to crashing into the wall. The car came close to hitting the wall. The car came close to hitting the wall. The car came close to hitting the wild deer. The car came close to crashing into the deer. The car came close to crushing the deer. The car came close to colliding with the deer. The car came close to colliding with the deer. The car came close to colliding with the deer. The car came close to colliding with the wild deer. The car came close to colliding with the wild deer. The car came close to colliding with the wild deer. The car came close to running over a dog. The car came close to running over the cat. The car came close to running over the crow. The car came close to running over the pet bottle left on the road. The car came close to running over the pet bottle on the road. The car came close to running over the pet bottle left on the road. The car came close to running over the pet bottle on the road. The car came close to running over the pet bottle on the road. The car came close to running over the pet bottle on the road. The car came close to running over the can left on the road. The car came close to running over the vegetable left on the road. I come close to vomiting with the motion sick. I feel like vomiting due to the motion sick, due to the shake by the ferry. I come close to vomiting due to the shake of the ferry. I come close to vomiting. I come close to vomiting. I come close to throwing up due to the shake of the ferry. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.